Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So this is going to be the next part of my odd girl that I'm doing. I'm going to put her on canvas. A lot of you want to see it, so I thought, why not? I'm going to move my camera here for a minute. Let me see what's going on. Okay. So this is the page I did yesterday, and if you did not see it, I will link it down below, and I will link it at the end of this video, so you can go check it out. It is a piece of scrapbook paper that I did not particularly care for, and I needed one to go with the canvas that I'm making, so I made it myself. So go check that out if you're interested. But yeah, so we are getting on to getting on. Okay, so I have a 9 by 12 canvas, just a board canvas I got from AC Moore. And I got my doll that I drew, my odd girl, and what I'm going to use probably as her skirt or her dress, and some of the paper that I'm going to use. Now, I'm going to use the Mod Podge paper. You will be seeing me use this a lot. This does not get sticky at all or tacky once it's dry. It is specifically made for paper. It is to be used in your art journal, you know, in your mixed media, in your scrapbooking, whatever. It's wherever there's paper, you use this. I've been using this like crazy, and I also love the Mod Podge fabric, which y'all, if you've been watching me for a while, you guys know I use that stuff like mad as well. I go through this like just over and over and over again, and I also love my Mod Podge mat. So here we go. So I'm gonna open it. I give it a swirl. You know, I'll very lightly kind of turn it a couple times. We're gonna turn it up and down, turn it up and then around and around. I don't know what it does, but I enjoy the music. So hey, what can I say? And I'm gonna take this paper and I am gonna just rip it. Now, you see there's no rhyme or reason. We are just ripping it until my hands hurt. I also want to show you something I got. Wah, wah, wah. I got this from AC Moore, and it was on clearance for $2.99, I think. And this was like the last one, and you get all this paper. Now, look, I don't need all this paper, but I can't pass it up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in, and I see some, oh, this is like, I don't know what that is. Oh, it smells. I don't know why. Maybe all the stuff together. But I think I'm gonna take these two pieces out. It's more than two pieces there, Cal. And make sure that's one. I think I might use those. Oh, there's pretty yellow and all kinds of colors. Oh, I love the, oh my goodness, I could go through all of this right now, but I won't. I shan't. That's pretty cool too, so I might leave that. But look, ooh, I might have to do a little giveaway. Who knows? Okay. So I'm just going to start there. And I just took those out in case I need it. I don't know. I am not starting with any paint on the bottom. I'm going to leave it white. Now, these are pre-gessoed, but of course, if you want to gesso, you are free to gesso your heart out. Do you boo? That's what I like to say. So I have these, and I'm going to take some of my paper. And look, here's the deal. My brush, I think I left out. I got to put it in warm water. Here's the deal here, okay? Look, do you have to use Mod Podge paper if you don't have the money, you know, or anything like that? No, you don't. You can use your regular Mod Podge. You can use your white school glue. You know, I'm an advocate for that. If you don't have, now I'm just going to spread this everywhere on here so I can just lay down. But you could do pieces if you want, you know, different sections. It's up to you. You can use your white school glue. You can use your glue stick. Glue sticks are like the Elmer's and whatnot. They are archival. And I know a lot of you worry about that. So that's something, you know, you don't have to be a prisoner to not having, you know, something that's going to be a little bit archival for you, right? But yeah, so you can go to town. So I'm going to take these, and these are pretty big. So you know, I'm just going to kind of tear, and I'm going to lay it I get a lot of messages asking for Odd Girl canvases more than the than art quilts some people want instead of the art quilts. Matter of fact, most of my art quilts have sold out, um, which I love. But I know some of you want, canvases, so I will make some. And I figured let's do it on camera since you guys were, a few of you were requesting it, so why not? Now you know this is going to dry clear, so it's not a big deal. What I like to do, you can see it's a thicker paper, so it's kind of popping up a little bit. But what I'm going to do is just let that glue sit on there for a minute and then move on to my next piece. And then give it a second to kind of saturate the paper. And once it does that, then I can go back and go over with a little bit more glue. And the paper will be much more pliable. This is a thicker scrapbook paper. So if this was a thinner piece, obviously you wouldn't, have to worry about that as much. You don't even have to worry about it, but it is gonna, bend up a bit. But that's all right. I go in, and like I said, I just leave it. Now, if you want to be, I'll show you what you can do if you don't necessarily want to do it like I'm doing. You can, let me just lay that here. We'll take this piece of the paper, I'll wet it just for a second, kind of just wet it, get those ends, make sure they're wet. And then what you can do is figure out where you want it. And then it'll lay, look how nice it lays. You don't even have to worry. So you could do it this way where, if you don't have paper, if you don't have water, I'm sorry, you can do it this way where you just give it a minute with the glue and it'll saturate, or you can add a little bit of water, squirt it, whatever way works for you, do it. So this is the piece where I kind of crackled a little bit, if you can see. And let's wet that bad boy. It's a little thicker because I got extra on there. And let's lay it here. And the reason I put the glue, on top, it does dry clear, but if I want to lay more pieces down, then I don't have to worry, it'll stick underneath, you know what I mean? And I like that little pop of blue. You can use your fingers too. Okay. I'm gonna warn you guys, my dog's a little restless today. I don't know what his problem is. He just wants me to hold him. And I'm not doing it today. Okay. Let's do some more of this. Do a little smaller. I'm gonna wet it. Just a real quick dunk and lay it. Do thin, do odd shapes, because it is the odd girl. Okay. Oh, I just love all the colors. Oh, I know why he's fussing. Because my fabric basket, I have, all right, I'm just going to lay this here. I have paper bags on it because my cat is insisting on getting on there, and it just bothers me. So I had to wash all the fabric because I don't like that. He only laid on, like the top part, but I washed all of it because it drives me insane. Now the water is going to thin this out a little bit, which is not a big deal. Now you can see here, this kind of sticks off the edge. So I'm just going to move it and move it in a little bit. Okay. When you see, you just go over it. And you just let it get a little tacky. And then you go over and push anything else that you might want to tack it down. Oh, I'm going to wet that a little bit. You can do this with your, like I said, your white school glue, whatever. And you can go to like your Walmart or your Staples, Office Max, whatever you have, office store, Sam's even, all them. They all have AC Moore. They all have the white school glue on sale. And you can definitely use that as well. Like I said, don't be afraid. I know somebody will write in the comments, you can't use the white school glue, blah, 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 blah. Yes, you can. I used to years ago use it, and I still have art journals and I still have stuff that are fine. So use, if you want to create and you don't have a lot of money, I say this in almost all of my videos because it drives me mad when people give me crap about it. If you want to create and you don't have a lot of money or you're disabled, whatever the reasonings are, you might have a big family you have to support, whatever. Use materials that do the job. White school glue does the job. If you can't afford Mod Podge mat or the paper, do what you have. Do what you have. You know, go to the dollar store and get glue. It doesn't matter. Yes, I love Mod Podge and the paper Mod Podge. I love. Uh, is it even called paper? Yeah, Mod Podge paper. From Plaid. I love it. But look, you know, not everybody has the money. That's why I love doing giveaways because then I can kind of give it to everybody. Now let's try one of these pieces. And I'm gonna rip it. This is handmade paper, it feels like. And I'm gonna wet it for a second. Like I said, don't be afraid. And you can see it wets real nice. And I'm gonna lay it here. Yes, I am. And then do a little more. Wet it. Lay it there. A little bit more. Wet it. Lay it there. See, we can make a song. Wet it, lay it there. Wet it, lay it there. And then some blue. And you can see this is very thick. It's like thick cardstock. But that's all right. Just get a little on there and we will add more glue as needed. Okay, now I will need more glue here, I know. So I will just lay that there. Okay, now I will put the, and you can see it kind of slides. It's all right. Don't you worry about that. Everything's gonna be okay. And then a little glue there. And then a little bit down there. We'll do this little piece. And I will do a thin, oh, see how hard that is? Just so you can get a, you know, an idea that we're using different texture paper. You can make your own mixed media paper with your printer paper. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. Okay. So there we go. Now, my odd girls, if you are not familiar, they are just things that I came up with for you guys who do not draw faces or folk art faces, or who do not enjoy drawing them or think that you draw them bad. That's who this is for. I started and I just love them because sometimes there's days where I cannot draw like I want to. I have RA and fibro and it just makes life hard. So some days my eyes don't match on my dolls. Some days they do. Some days the face is off. You know what I mean? So I just started doing them and they're called Odd Girls. And I make odd girl quilts as well to hang on the wall, decorative, you know, quilts. And I love them. And they're in my Etsy shop if you're interested. And this will be in there as well when it's done. But yeah, I have them all over my channel. And if you would like, you know, me to do a quick drawing of one to show you at some point, let me know down below. I've been very blessed to get a lot of subscribers, a lot of new subscribers, and I am welcoming you with open arms and a big heart because I just am so thankful, and I just I'm just so happy. So many messages, and I'm trying to get back to you all, and so much love that I just am overjoyed, and that's why I really want to be giving, you know, doing giveaways and that kind of stuff because I just want to give back in some way. So always keep your eyes and ears open in my videos. I'm liable to say, hey, I'm doing this quick giveaway. This is what you do. Or sometimes I'll do a proper giveaway. So I never know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to hit this with my heat gun real quick. If you don't have a heat gun, by all means use your hair dryer. And if you don't have a hair dryer, one of two things. You can go to your local thrift store, your local Goodwill, and get one for a couple bucks. Mine sells them for a couple dollars. If I could ship and shipping wasn't so expensive, I would gladly buy a bunch and mail them out. But shipping is a lot. So you could do that, or in all honesty, I always say put on your favorite YouTuber and sit and watch a video or two. And by that time, it'll be done and dry. This stuff dries so fast, so no problem. And if you see any edges sticking up, just touch them, push them down. We can always take them off at the end, or even put a little bit more glue if they're, sticking up. It happens. Nothing is perfect. Okay, what I'm gonna do, and you don't want to hold your heat gun or your whatever you're using to dry with too close and too long because it'll bubble. Now, if you don't mind the bubbles, which sometimes I don't, there's not a problem. Do it. Do you know what I'm saying? Make some more texture, but I usually don't until I'm towards the end. And what I like is this Mod Podge, this paper Mod Podge, or whatever you use. I have it all over this canvas, so it also acts like a sealant in a way. So when I go to put color over it, it's almost like I faux gessoed it in a sense, that it's sealed a little bit, and it'll pick, the color will be a little brighter. So, so I'm going to put this in my water so it doesn't dry and ruin my brush. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to just run my finger because it's, a little wet. The glue dripped a little bit because I had a little bit of water. Not a big deal. I'm going to set that right there for a few seconds just to dry a little bit more. I'm going to wipe this off of here. Look, if you work on like I told you guys, go to the grocery store and get brown bags, right? If you go to you can even just walk into a grocery store and ask them, for a couple bags. But let's say you go grocery shopping. Maybe you like paper or plastic. Do both. I like to do both. And then when I come home, I take those plastic bags. I save them for, cleaning out litter or whatever. And then the brown bags I use for, there we go. I use for, I will tape down like out on my kitchen table if I do an acrylic pour, or sometimes I'll do it in here, and you just get, all that extra paint and goodness on that, and make it, messy and mixed media you ought to look in, and it just gives you more options to use as mixed media paper. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my little girl out. This is what I drew. Okay, let me show you real quick. I got these from Holler. They are from Westcott. They're Westcott scissors, which is a brand name. I got these for like $2, I think, $2 or $3. And then I got these from Holler. Now they had like a bunch, and I only ended up getting 2 because all the other ones sold out. They had metallics and pink and white and red and just purple. I had them all, but what I did was I put them in the cart, and then a couple days went past because I was like, well, let me wait and see what goes on new, and then I can, then I'll make a big order. And then I was only left with the green and blue, which I'm completely okay with. I will look, and see when they have more. But Holler is fantastic. I'm going to put the link to it down below. Go check it out. They have, oh gosh, Emily just got a bunch of makeup. I got Downy for my laundry. They had for $2 a big thing of the Downy scented ones, liquid fabric softener. What else did I get? What else? Emily got face masks and makeup, and I got those. I got the Downy. Oh, I can't even remember. We just got it yesterday. So go check it out. Like I said, the link's down below. Go check it out. See what they got. They have kitchen stuff, and they have food, and they have health stuff, and they have arts and crafts, and they have jewelry, and they have clothes, and they have everything, and they get updated all the time. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do is, and if you want just art stuff, my Blitsy link is down below as well. Blitsy, oh my goodness, they just got a bunch of new stuff in. They're getting their Halloween stuff in, and they do up to 40, sometimes 70% off on the stuff. That's where I got my Tim Holtz new, what are they called? The acrylic, I mean the archival. Nah, let me grab it. Distress Oxide. I'm in brain fog today. And I got those so cheap. So go check Blitsy out as well. They have, gosh, they have knitting and crocheting and quilting and acrylic paint, watercolor paint, paintbrushes, brand names, scrapbooking, Sizzix, cry cuts, polymer clay. Oh God, I mean, there's like everything you could possibly want in like drawing, markers. Oh gosh, they got so much new stuff. They got some art. I think it's called Art Bin, and they got some new stuff in there like to store your stencils. I mean, not your stencils, your what they call it, stamps. So I'm thinking about getting 1 or 2 of them so I can maybe do some stamps in it, and they show you how they use it. Oh, I just, yeah. It's a great, great site, Blitsy. And like I said, so is Holler as well. Holler, I got these, like I said, and they're fantastic. And they always have these kind of things there. So see what you need. Even if they have, oh gosh, tons of kids stuff. Like if you have kids or back to school or Halloween stuff they have up now. So, and if you don't like it or you get mad that I say I have a referral link to both, sorry, go check it out with all my referral links then. I always like to tell you guys of good deals that I come across and good sites. And, you know, like I said, if it makes you angry, then don't use my referral link. Just go check it out. Because I like people getting good deals, and I like people, you know, getting new stuff and trying new stuff, especially inexpensively. I will also tell you, let me tell you this real quick too while I'm doing this. This has nothing to do, I get nothing from this. Plaid, if you go to plaidonline.com, they're having let me see. Thought I had it up here, but I didn't. Come on, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I think it's $10 off your shipping. Let's see, it might be here. I had it up and then I don't know what the heck I did. You never know with me. Where is it? Oh, come on. I had it up. Here we are. Spend $50, get $10 off and free shipping. So on the plaidonline.com, if you spend $50, you get $10 off. So you would only really spend $40 and you get free shipping with the code August 2017. And that is plaidonline.com. Go check it out. You can, they have all kinds of great stuff on there as well. If you have a couple extra bucks and you want to buy, you can also go to your local AC Moore and Michaels. Michaels has a lot of Plaid's new stuff. I went and checked it out. AC Moore has too. But yeah. And Michaels, I think you can buy online as well. I've never bought online, I don't think, from Michaels, but. And you can find Plaid stuff. They sell it on Blitsy as well, so it's everywhere. And I love Plaid stuff. I've been using Plaid stuff for years. Love it. And now they have all these different Mod Podges. So you can't beat it. I'm not a very good cutter, so my hands are sometimes like, yeah, girl, why? So, and I like these because they're a little smaller than other scissors that I have, my big Fiskars, which I love as well, but these kind of have that tip. Nothing wrong with the tip. So I just kind of, go in and do my thing. Okay. So, and then right here. And if you're, if your hands hurt or you just can't, I'm not a fussy cutter as they're called. I wish I was. I wish I was, because I would love to be able to fussy cut. I would sit for hours, I think, and fussy cut, but I'm not. So I have to do my cutting like this. So now I'm going to grab my canvas again. And that's all she is. That's it. Now I'm going to put this dress on her. And I cut it out a little odd. But you can see I got that. So what I'm going to use is my disappearing glue, the Avery disappearing glue stick. Or you could use, I also have my Elmer's Extreme. Maybe I'll use that. And all I'm going to do is put it on the white and just slap it on. You can also use your paper Mod Podge for this as well, if you want. And you can see I kind of cut it. This is a piece of scrap of paper that I got in a Stampington magazine a while back, and I'm trying to go through everything, so I'm trying to use it. And you see, now this one's covering up her arm a little bit, as I can see. I might just go in a little bit, like that. You can see I made a mistake, but I can color that. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I will see if I can get it back on there. I'm going to cut a little bit of that off. Oh, what fun this is. Okay. I want her arm to come through. Come on. There we go. It doesn't have to come through all the way, but you can see this dries very fast. There we go. It dries very fast. Now all I will do is, you can see a little white. I'll take black marker or a little bit of paint or whatever, and I will just go hit those and like kind of outline the you know, where the dress is. But again, odd girl, so it doesn't matter. Or you could take your scissors. This is what these scissors are good for. They got that nice little tip. And that's it. And then I could do right here. And nobody will know. And then all I got to do is put a little color there. So, or I could put a little sticker or a gem or whatever I want. Okay, so now I'm going to take this back. I like this. And I'm going to lay her there. I'm going to dry this for just another second. It is, when I tell you it is so humid here in New Jersey, it's not a lie. It is wicked, and it's been like that. So it's a little, you know, it's going to take an extra minute or two to dry due to the humidity, but I'm okay with that. You know what I think I'll do? Maybe I'll just glue her down, and then I'll just do the background around her. Or is that going to be dangerous where I screw everything up, because I've been known to do that? All right, let me look, though. I kind of want her off to the side. But now, do you see I have her here, right? And if I lay her here and I'll put her hair and all that kind of thing, do you see how she's almost competing with the colors in the background? So we're going to have to pick a color and kind of mute that a little bit, but I want some of it to come through. So I'm going to dry this a little bit more. And if you see like white, you know, some might have a little because of the water. I'm just going with my finger and making sure these edges are down. You know, and then I can see where it's a little wetter than maybe I want it before I throw another coat down. I'm going to make sure it's as dry as possible, because when we go to put paint or work on top of it, you don't want it to mess anything up. All right, it's pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Not bad. Like I said, this paper, Mod Podge paper, dries like a dream. It does not stick. I advise you to, like, when you do this, let it dry overnight. So if you use this in the art journal or anything, just leave it dry fully overnight. You know what I mean? I've used it and closed my art journal when I was done when I dried it like this, but of course you never know if it's going to be, you know, a little tacky because it needs to dry. But this is not tacky. I'm just trying to feel where I feel a little bit more here. All right, what color do we want to use? I wanted to make her a big goth on a bright background, if that makes sense. So I think what I'm going to do is take some yellow. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Did I hurt you? I'm going to take some yellow. And oh, I guess I disturbed him. This is called lemon yellow. And I'm going to put it here because I'm going to water it a little bit, water it down. So I'm going to use that same brush that I used with my glue. Am I though? Yeah, I am. I'm going to get that glue off. And then dry it a little bit. You don't need to dry it fully, just a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in. Now, here's the thing. If you're nervous and you're like, I don't want to go in, add water and all that kind of stuff, just add a little bit of water there. All right. I only did a little bit because I want to see if I'm gonna dig the color, but let's see. Let's go here. And I'm gonna concentrate on the white showing through on the canvas, right? More than the paper at the moment. It's okay to get the paper because I'm going to end up getting the paper, but I want to make sure I get all that white. I think I'm going to be okay with this color, so I can add more. Yeah. Okay, so you can see I made it go. I added some water, like I said, a little squirt, brush is wet. Okay, put that in the water. And I'm gonna dry it real quick. No, you know what I want to do? I'm gonna take some of the, I'm gonna show you how to take it off. I'm gonna squirt some water. This is what we'll do. And I don't want all of it off, but I want some of that color to come through. So I'm just gonna take my paper towel or rag, whatever you're using. Now this kind of peeled up, I just push it down. And I just want some of that color to come through. But do you see how it kind of pushed it back a little bit? Okay. Might add a little bit of pink now. Yeah, pink. A little bit of pink. Just a squirt. Rinse my brush. I want this a little more watered down. I'm just going to add it. Now it's going to mix and make a little purple as well. I mean, there's orange as well. It's all right. Don't worry. I might go over these white papers here a little bit. So we're just getting multicolors in. Yeah. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it like this and let it drip a little bit. You see it, some of it dripping? Let's let it drip. Drip, drip. And you can kind of see it, but not really. If you're up close on it, you can see it definitely. And you can do darker color later, it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to fully dry this. because I'm not done yet. I want to get it almost dry. Especially on the canvas. All right. And then I'm going to take my paper towel and I'm going to go in and I'm going to dab. It's going to pick up any of the excess that's still wet, but it kind of gives it a tie-dyed kind of look. I don't know how well you can see that on the screen. It gives it like this really cool tie-dyed look, yellow and pink and orange. Hard to see. I don't know why. Okay. Then I'm going to wipe this. Now I'm going to take some white. No, you know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use antique white. That's what I'm going to use. So it's not so stark. Just give it a squeeze, but you can use white. It doesn't matter. I'm going to take my card, credit card. If you don't have a credit card, just use your brush and do it. But I want to scrape a little bit. I love layers after layer after layer because I still want to do stamps on here as well. I might wait till I get her glued on though so I can see. Now just lightly scrape it the opposite way. Oh, see, I love the way that did that. Let me see if you can see that a little better. Oh, sorry. I love the way that it just added a little bit of, oh yeah, I love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to let that dry for a second. I'm going to dry over here. And you can see the base of the canvas that's underneath all the papers is pretty covered, so we don't have to worry. So I'm going to set her, I think, there. And I'm going to use some more of my paper. Mod Podge, come on, you. You stay in there. Stay in there. All right. I'll grab a different brush. And I'm going to put her on. You can, of course, put the glue on the back of her if you want. Especially her little legs, so they stick. And I'm going to be putting hair on her, so I want her a little over. I'm going to push her down. And then I'm going in. And I'm just going to pat, pat, pat. Pat, 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 pat. Now look what happens. I'm picking up some of that antique white underneath, and I'm okay with that. Do you know what I mean? Because it'll just kind of soften that black a little bit, although I don't need it softened. I'm thinking I'm going to do her a little gothy. I don't know. Just push her down so she attaches. Okay. You can use your roly-poly. You can use, matter of fact, I should have took it out. I'll have to use it the next time I have something that I got from Plaid that I'm very excited to use, and I should have thought about it before I sat down, but it's way over there on the shelf. But I'll do a video with it and show you guys, and maybe even do a giveaway. We shall see. Okay. just gonna push it down a little bit more. It's okay if the glue gets on her face because of, you know, it's not gonna hurt anything, but I just don't want it to get too much of the color underneath on her face. Oh yeah, okay. But you definitely can do a coat on top. Maybe I'll just get a little bit more and just kind of, just to make sure she's glued down. You know what I mean? Without it being too much. Yep. Very exciting. Okay. And another tip, I'm not doing it right now, but you definitely can take a paper towel or something and wipe off the rim of this, so when you put the lid on, it doesn't stick, and you know what I mean? That kind of thing. And then you can't open it because I have many things that I've done that with. Okay, I'm just going to dry her. Make sure you push down to make sure that it's adhering, that nothing, you know, comes up. I love the way this came out, where it just took some of that black back. That makes sense. Pushed it in the background. Okay. All right. So I'm not sure what kind of hair I'm going to give her. Now I might give her, what kind of hair do I want to give her? Let's work on her eyes. I think I'm going to take some brown, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to kind of go around. Make sure your glue's dry and your paint. And you see, I'm just going to outline her. I'm definitely not going to be able to do her in one video, so I'll do a little more. And see the difference between the eyes. And I'm going to do more, but I just like to trace. Color this in a little bit. Color this in. Okay, could, where's my little brush? A little bit of water. Maybe not do this part right here right now. Now this is a permanent marker. This is a Faber-Castell. Before it dries though, these things are great because before it dries, it's going to be too big. You could take a little paintbrush, wet. It might be already dry, and you can kind of use it as if it's like a watercolor paint or watercolor marker, I guess I should say, and kind of soften it if you want it a little soft. And you see how it picks it up a little bit and just makes it, you know, you don't have to. I'm showing you what you can do. You could do this with paint. You could do this with whatever you want. And what happens is if you get acrylic paint on here, it's going to make your marker not work because it dries like figure it drying as a glue. So always take your marker and put it in there and make sure you clean that off so you get any of the paint off of it. Well, I think I'm going to go in. And trace this. And I'll know the moves. You know what else is great to use if you have old like makeup oh, what's those things that you use to put your eyeshadow on? I can't think of them. Applicators, you know, like you can get them at the dollar store in a big package. You can use that to paint with as well if you don't have a lot of brushes. That'll work real good too. So I'm going to kind of antique her lips a little bit. All I did was wet my brush, and I'm just pulling some of that marker around. That's all. And then what I would do is I'll outline these. I want to figure out a little bit more what I want to do in this background, and I got to figure out what I'm going to do for her hair. But you know what I really want to do right now? For those of you who have watched, I want you just to write the number 47. If you've watched 47 minutes of me, 47 and 20 some minutes, write the number 47 down in a sentence down below. And I will pick a winner and you will win. This is 4 ounces of the paper Mod Podge to try out. So down in the comments, if you've been with me this long, write the number 47. Use it in a sentence or what have you, and then I will pick a winner and I will mail you some paper Mod Podge. I love doing these. I think it's how you say apropos, you know, for what we're doing, and that's what I want to do. So I think what I'm going to use for the hair, please don't come falling down. I'm going to take some of my ribbon that I have, and I think I'm going to probably hot glue some of this on her to make her have, you know, kind of hair, you know, nothing wrong with having some different hair. And then I will kind of, you know, do some more. It's going to be too long for me to do on video. And I, you know, I know y'all say you'll sit and watch me, but it's a long video, let's face it. I don't even like to listen to myself talk that much. But you know, sometimes I will talk to myself. But yeah, so that's her so far. I think what I might do is add a little bit, maybe I'll do this just to show you. If you have a water-soluble pencil, a water-soluble, like a watercolor pencil, anything like that, I like to take the black. This is a Stabilo All, which I love. You can use a China marker, which you can get at the craft stores, sometimes even the dollar store, which is made from Sharpie. It is not water soluble, but it will write over all of this, which, you know what, I might do a quickie and show you those. So maybe that's what I'll do. But now what I want to do is I want to make these underneath her eyes a little blacker. You can definitely use paint. I started with the brown marker because I didn't exactly know, do I want to make it darker or not, right? Just her pupil. And then I'm going to just kind of go in. Now you can definitely use the, let me see, what color are you? Here it is. This is one of the peel off China markers. It writes on glass and all kinds of stuff. Like I said, I'll do a quick video about it, but you definitely can use this. except it's not water soluble, which I think is a good thing sometimes when you're doing your mixed media or your art journaling, because it writes over everything. You know, it's going to write over this acrylic. It's going to do that. You're not going to gum up your uh, marker or your whatever you're using. Do you know what I mean? If you don't have a paint kind of stick. So yeah, you can see it. You get the same effect. And it works really, really good. And it comes in different colors. By the way, if you've watched this long and you already won something, it's okay. You can enter again. I don't care if you win again. If your number comes up on the random.org, you know, or your name, then so be it. These are, you know, it's just what I'm doing. Just what I'm doing. So I'm going to color this in right here a little bit just to give it a little bit more. You see, it just kind of brightens it out a little bit. And like I said, then we have the hair. Now down here, I would do the same thing for the legs. I would just go on the outside and trace. I got to stop because I'll sit here all day and I'll finish this whole thing. But you can see, you know, it doesn't come off. I'm going to do it here too. And I'm going to put like striped socks or something on her. I'll figure it out. But this just gives you a little bit more, you know, a little more structure to it. And I can go back in with some paint over it, you know what I mean, to kind of blend it out. It's not going to hurt anything, but you see, you put water on it, it doesn't move. So just remember that. I don't care though. Because like I said, I just love it. You could do the arms here. You could do this little space here where I kind of don't have a dress, or I could paint. I'll probably end up painting that with Skin Tune, but and it's just going to outline her a little bit. Put little tattoos on her. Oh yeah. Okay. You see what I'm saying? A little bit on her neck. Okay, that's all. I'll sit here all day. So that's all I'm going to do on her today. I will probably finish her on my own and then put her up for sale. So as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. We're doing progress and not perfection. Thank you so much if you sat through this whole video watching me do her and get her on her canvas and all. Like I said, I just love you guys so very much. Please share me around, and if you're new to my channel and would like to be, please subscribe. Push that subscribe button down below, the little bell next to it. You get notified when I upload videos, which is usually 5 to 6 times a week. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.